In this video, I will be giving you 25 of the most useful tips for actually improving in Fortnite. If you're a low level player or even a high level player, I guarantee that there will be at least a few tips in this video that you won't have heard of. So make sure to watch the video throughout to understand all the tips. The first tip is to never do the peanut butter edit from the right side. The whole point of the peanut butter edit is to get a shot from the right hand peak. So you should be more towards the left side to get a safer shot. And try to get your muscle memory to reset the wall as soon as you shoot. A thing you probably didn't know is that now you can edit while sprinting. So there is no need to stop sprinting whenever you want to edit. Try to learn all the ways you can phase into your opponent's box. I will demonstrate a few ways. You phase in while jumping with a stair behind yourself. If you have a stair edited above your opponent's box and stand right here while pickaxing, you will phase in. You can have a door edited from the side and pickaxe to phase right in. It is to note that all of these glitches are 50-50s, meaning that it is quite risky and should be only performed if your opponents are weaker or have less skill than you. The hardest mat to farm in Fortnite is metal, and if you are low on it in mid game, you can always open these caches as each of them will grant you 200 metal. If you got sprayed mid game and your opponent is rushing you, then you can build a box like this and stand behind your box to get a cheeky shot on your enemy. This will help you get the odds even. The perfect time to take your opponent's wall is at the time they build it or after they reset it, as that is the time when the walls are weak. Whichever shotgun you use, try to get the delay of the shotgun in your muscle memory to edit as soon as you can shoot again. For example, if I have boxed the enemy and got a shot on him, then I won't re-edit instantly after, as that will mean the enemy can shoot me when I won't be able to shoot him. The best way to box fight your enemy by far is to build two boxes as such and take your opponent's wall with a right hand peek. This is a great method as it allows you to protect yourself from the enemy shots with resetting this wall. If your enemy disengages, then you can piece them up accordingly. If you're on the other side of things and somebody is pushing you, then you can bait your enemy by making him think you're building back or disengaging to any of the side, and then quickly edit your front wall and get a shot on him to get a health advantage. This can help you box him up whenever he is starstruck from taking so much damage. You should not learn retakes. What I mean by this is that retakes aren't a predetermined set of moves you perform to take height, but rather all retakes should be like reactionary, as all build fight consists of some individual moves that are then combined to make retake. These are some of the individual moves that you should consider perfecting to have the best retakes for getting height. Something you probably didn't know is that the cluster clingers don't make any sound on initial impact, and when it does start making sound, it is already too late. Cluster clingers can help you get so many easy kills, and I honestly think it's heavily overlooked. Another thing you probably didn't know is that the first two scopes of the sniper don't emit any light. Comparatively to the other two that do emit light, you can use the two starter scopes to bait the enemy after shooting your AR and quickly snipe them. Another thing I have noticed is that if somebody is sniping with the scope that emits light, it is quite hard to properly know where the enemy's head is, so take this information as you will. You can use the EMP grenades to farm gold from the vending machines, as it can give up to 150 gold per EMP grenade. This is especially useful in the Cash Cup finals, where usually you require a lot of medkits to survive. If you're using the auto shotgun, then you can hold down the trigger to constantly fire, so there is no need to keep tapping the trigger button. Weapon attachments in general are quite underrated, especially the suppressor, as it actually is quite hard to hear, so it will take your enemies a few seconds to notice where the shots are coming from, and you might get some few extra shots in. Whenever you eliminate someone, make sure to build two of your own boxes around the loot. Make sure not to be greedy for a few extra builds. If you get a stair in your enemy's box like this, it is highly likely the enemy will try to disengage backwards, as it is directly opposite to you, so you can easily piece up your enemy by placing a floor and a cone. A lot of people triple edit like this, and it shouldn't be done in this way. Rather, you should triple edit like this, editing two boxes of the floor, one box of the cone, as it will keep you safe from back shots and snipes from far back. Having your blueprints out helps you to edit further, allowing you to catch your enemies off guard. Whenever you are doing the peanut butter edit, make sure to always have a floor above your head, which allows you to have a shorter jump, leaving the enemy a smaller window of time to get a shot on you. It is so important in Fortnite to be more confident, as it allows you to play more aggressive, which helps you in applying pressure on your enemies. You yourself might know on how much you might panic if you're getting pressured very aggressively, so it is always better to pressure than getting pressured. shit. Although editing on release might help you edit a bit faster in general, it isn't that useful while it actually comes down to fighting. For example, while doing the peanut butter edit, if you have edit on release, it makes it very difficult for you to get safer edits. This is also similar for other edits. So I recommend turning off edit on release. Try to always play on a calm mood, as it allows you to make more strategic moves in fighting rather than unsafe reactionary moves. You might have had a moment where you shoot someone, reset it, and instantly re-edit and got one pumped. This second edit is usually reactionary due to the high stakes you might be feeling, so it is always better to play calm. Whenever you're boxed up and somebody just drops on your box with a stale in this manner, you can make a peanut butter edit and place a cone above their head, and do not peek until they jump, and 99% of the time when the enemy tries to jump, they get stuck while panicking, which allows you to then get a easy shot on him with a right hand peek. The best way to play is to have a reactive playstyle than a proactive playstyle. What this means is a lot of players now just have a predetermined set of moves they perform to get height, which is a proactive playstyle. This isn't optimal, as it makes you lose track of your enemies and leads you to saying things like where did he come from or how was he there. A reactionary playstyle is a playstyle revolving around playing reactively to your enemy's moves, which allows you to get easier piece control on your enemies. A note to keep in mind is that any tips learned aren't useful unless you put them in practice. So make sure to put these tips into practice more. If this video gave you any value, then you using code NHZ will be amazing, and you playing any of my maps will be tremendously helpful. Map codes will be in the comments. Please and thank you.